I think the basic average person in America is honest, upstanding, and wants to do the right thing. We hear a lot about people who don't. But I think the average person you run into every day on the street really wants to do what's right. Because I think people have a basic good in them. And most people, they might get depressed reading the paper, but overall, you know, you run into just average people on the street. Most people are good-hearted. Most people are nice, you know, if you give them a chance. So I just think it's our basic instinct, especially in this country. You know, we have a lot of good going on in the country, so, and we all have to stick together.
People here, I think, have this incredibly resilient spirit, you know, and like the musicians are so amazing to me, you know. They lost everything, but there they are singing and playing and having a great time, you know, that in spite of it all. A lot of the people that live here that were unaffected, like on the other side of the levee that I was telling you about, they go out of their way not to have to drive through the affected areas because it's too depressing. You know, whereas I actually make a point of doing it because it's real, it's here, and it's still that way, and I don't want to forget.
We went through something that any other city in the country could go through, and we've heard such insane things as, let's just cut off the city and end it because, you know, we don't need it, it's flood prone.
We're gonna make it! yeah, rebuilding. I mean, things are happening only a little bit at a time, and it's gonna take a really long time for the city to be anywhere near repopulated and revitalized.
We found we had no support. We found we had a lot of barriers put up, but not real protection or help. My house was survived the hurricane fine. 2 or 3 days later, it was fine. It was looted and burned. And there was no law. We could not get back into the city. They were keeping us out.
There's always lots of little things happening one after the other that kind of make you feel like, yeah, I really do belong here. I'm supposed to be here.
People here also have lived here for generations. People don't move away from here. I thought that my paintings were going to be around for hundreds of years after I died, and that I was, in a sense, immortal. The only thing that really matters is your relationship to other people, you know, and the people who died, that's what counts, not the possessions that people lost. This is one that you can really see the water line on well. You can see a little on the front, but you can see even better on the back. This was hanging on the wall, and that's how far the water came up. My most recent paintings, which have been of contemporary Louisiana musicians underwater, some people are getting it now more than before, but it's like people didn't get it at all before the hurricane, you know, and I would explain to them that it was sort of a visual metaphor for New Orleans because you can feel the air out there. It almost feels like you're underwater without being flooded, and it is essentially an island with the river on one side and the lake on the other, and to get on and off of New Orleans, you have to go on bridges. So all the things combined to make water like a part of life here. It's like I've had to come to the point of accepting what happened, because if you don't accept it, you'll just go insane. You have to be able to accept it in order to let go of it. I mean, the help that I personally have received has just been overwhelming to me. I mean, it's been an inspiration. And there have been other people just like that here and there, not just for me, but for others, that it really, it keeps you having faith in the human race when you see the way the individuals behave. With me, perhaps I'll do better paintings now, you know. You know, you hit a point where you either stop or you go on. And if you go on, it's like, you gotta laugh or you're gonna cry.